Here's a special event making news around the parish. Sheriff Greg Champagne, government officials, and citizens of St. Charles Parish gathered at the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge in Destrehan to welcome a special guest.
Governor Jindal is a big friend of the Louisiana Sheriffs and the Louisiana Sheriffs Association. We have a great relationship with him. I can tell you that the relationship that the sheriffs have with not only the governor's office but with the state police is better than it's ever been. The communication is better than it's ever been, and that is all a direct result of his leadership.
The governor arrived in Destrehan with a special purpose in mind.
I have been in this parish at least 4 times, probably more than that, since being elected to governor. But I remember on one particular visit. I came here right after Gustav and I went to every single parish that was impacted in our state, almost every single parish in Louisiana, to not only survey the damage, to meet with first responders and local officials. And one of the things I promised you back then was that this state wasn't going to recreate the kind of bureaucracy that was created in 2005 after Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. We said we're not going to create another road home program, we're not going to make you go to Baton Rouge to get the ideas for how to rebuild your communities. We know that the people of St. Charles Parish don't need to go to Washington, don't need to go to Baton Rouge to learn how to rebuild after a storm. You know better than the folks living in Baton Rouge or Washington, D.C. So one of the commitments I made then was that as soon as we got our recovery dollars, we would get those dollars directly into the parishes. And that's what this check represents today.
The funds are part of federal and state grants that legislators worked hard to bring back home.
I also want to thank you for sending these 2 men to Baton Rouge to work with us in the legislature, both Gary and Joel. But even before I get my remarks, I mean, especially thank you for sending us the president of the Senate, Joel Chasson. He has done a phenomenal job, not only for the parish, but for the state. Done a great job working with our administration. One of the reasons I want to especially mention our legislators is we needed their support to get these grant dollars directly to the parishes. The Recovery Authority went and worked with the legislature. They approved us doing that. And it would have been very easy for them to say, no, let's spend it somewhere else or differently. They didn't do that. So I also want to thank them for approving these dollars and making sure that we got these dollars directly to the parish.
The governor also had positive news for the entire state.
A year ago, the Center for Public Integrity, they ranked Louisiana 44th worst for legislative disclosure. 44th worst. This June, they redid their ranking. Thanks to all those different laws and new practices, Louisiana's no longer the 44th worst in the country. Louisiana now ranks #1 in the entire country according to the Center for Public Integrity. Thank you for believing in a new Louisiana where our children pursue their dreams right here at home.
For more information about all the events making news around the parish, log on to stcharlesparish-la.gov.